Hey there guys, so this is a video that's geared more towards the newer players of Bloons Tower Defense, or people who just aren't that fantastic or just want to learn a little bit more about the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to place towers more efficiently. This is more, like I said, a tutorial rather than some extreme gameplay or anything like that. I'm going to try and make it as quick and painless as possible for you guys, but let's go over just a few quick towers, especially the important towers, on what kind of placement is necessary or important to help you survive in Bloons Tower Defense battles, or in Bloons Tower Defense 5. So what do we got here? I'm going to start off with the Dart Monkey. I'm going to show you guys the Tack Shooter, Boomerang, probably the Cannon, and then also maybe one of these towers down here, like the Spike Factory. Those are pretty important as well. There's quite a few important towers, and you have to understand that every single tower has a different placement that is best suited for that tower. All towers are built differently and do different things. So that's why it's actually a very fun and interesting game, because you can choose what you want based on what kind of strategy you would like to go around doing. So first off, Dart Monkey, the most basic tower in the game. How do you use a Dart Monkey to your advantage? Well, first of all, you could put a Dart Monkey anywhere on the map. You could put it in the top corner, and obviously you can notice that this black little area around the Dart Monkey is its range. So we notice that the range of the Dart Monkey is a pretty small amount. It's not very big at all. It's just a little bit of the map. So where would be a good spot to put the Dart Monkey? Now, obviously, you could be like, oh man, look at that. This is a really reasonable spot right here. So you're going to notice that this means that there's a lot of area that the Dart Monkey can actually hit. So, for example, if we sent out 5 blue balloons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he could probably pop most of these blue balloons, right guys? Not really. Now, he did do quite a few pops, but realistically, overall, he let through 5 of these red balloons right here, so he pretty much did a bad job overall. So what can we do better than that reasonable placement, which is actually just about his entire area is covered in gray? What we can do is, instead of just having the entire part of the map that comes out that is covered in gray, we can actually make it so 2 different areas of the map are covered by gray, and that's actually even more efficient than just covering one part of the map in his gray little area right there. So what you can do is, instead of actually having one area where you can attack, so this area right down here that's covered in gray, you can also have this area up here which is covered in gray if you put them right there. So that's 2 areas. But can you top that? Can you maybe get 3 areas that are covered in gray? Now that is a little bit tougher, but actually quite possibly you can, but it's kind of tight, so we can't really do it with this low-level Dart Monkey. If we got a high-level Dart Monkey or a Super Monkey or something, yes, it would be easier. But for right now, I'm just going to show you guys the basic placement on a good spot for this Dart Monkey. So, I could get more complicated and tell you guys, like, oh yeah, you should definitely put the Dart Monkey more towards the top here, but I'm definitely just going to put him right in the middle for now and show you guys how much better that it could be by using just regular blue balloons. So now we sent out 5 blue balloons last time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we're going to do right there. We're going to send out those blue balloons, and he popped those just a little bit better, and he popped these guys right here. So, I mean, I could probably slow this down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, send them out just a little bit closer. Of course, it doesn't seem like they're quite as good, but last time I had 5 balloons get through. How many are going to get through this time? Only 1. So he just almost doubled his popping power right there, and I think I sent the blue balloons out just a little bit faster than I did last time. So we just about doubled the popping power just with a little bit of Dart Monkey placement right there. That's how you got to play the game, guys. Twice as much popping power out of one thing. By the way, popping power, I just consider that how many balloons he can actually pop overall. So let's get rid of that Dart Monkey, and let's go over to a different tower. So now towers are, like I said, they're always different. A tower that really does not matter where you place it is a Sniper Monkey. You can put a Sniper Monkey anywhere on the map, and he will hit a balloon, even if he's in the very corner. Now look at his range. It doesn't look like his range is very much, but guess what happens? You send out a pink balloon, and guess what? He popped that pink balloon down to nothing. Very, very, very fast. So Sniper Monkeys really doesn't matter where you put them. They're not the best tower in the game, but they are pretty darn good. Now, Tack Shooters. Tack Shooters, where do you want to place a Tack Shooter? Well, the best place to put a Tack Shooter is not like a Dart Monkey, is not like in the middle of something, trying to hit 3 different areas. You want to put them in a corner. So the best place to place a Tack Shooter, which I think Tack Shooters are very important for early game, you got to put them in some sort of corner, more towards probably the front of the map, but that's a little bit more complicated. You want to put him more towards the front of the map, but let's just show you guys, you want to put him in a corner. And not only do you want to put him inside a corner, you want to put them, and think about the tacks. Think about the tack. If I put him right here, you're going to have a tack that shoots out right down here and probably hit a balloon, a tack that shoots right down here and hit a balloon, and you got tack shooting all over the place, they're all going to hit balloons over here on this side of the map. So realistically, you hit almost 7 balloons per pop right there. So let's send out a couple quick reds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And look at that Tack Shooter right there. Doing a fantastic job at popping most of those balloons, if not all of them. Nope, just missed barely one of them. So that was really good placement on our Tack Shooter. I didn't show you guys bad placement, but there is bad placement for your Tack Shooter. pretty much anywhere in the middle of the map is just a bad idea for your attack shooter. Just put them in a little corner, in a little crevice. Like another good spot would be right here, another good spot would be right here, just completely surrounded by the map. Let's go over another quick tower for you guys. We got the boomerang thrower. So boomerangs are my personal favorite tower, and if you know how to place boomerangs, you will be a very good player in this game. Boomerangs are fantastic. So let's show you guys a boomerang thrower and how to use them. Now what you want to do is, the boomerang thrower obviously has a little bit bigger range, so the range is more effective than a little silly dart monkeys. Compared to a dart monkeys really quick, we've got the boomerang thrower there compared to this range right there. Pretty big. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a boomerang in a spot where we're going to get not only that they're going to attack one area, but also they're going to attack multiple areas, just like the dart monkey. And on top of that, we're also going to put them in an area where his hooking is going to be beneficial for us. So a boomerang obviously throws around kind of like a circle or like a U. So let's show you guys that circle right really quick. We'll just show you guys how it comes out. Just out a couple quick red balloons. You can notice he shoots them out. We'll slow it down for you really quick. Blue balloon. He sends around in a nice little circle. Bam, right like that. Nice circle. He's also right-handed, which doesn't really matter that much, but it does help out when you're a little bit more of a pro. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put him in this spot right here, which, keep in mind, look at this boomerang. Hits right beyond the radius of his little black whatever he can see the balloons in. But the boomerang will actually go outside of that range, so boomerangs are definitely key to this game, and if you know how to use them well, you will be very, very good. So we're going to use the boomerang here, we're going to throw it down, and it's going to actually curve around through here and curve around. So let's send out a couple quick balloons here. We'll send out a couple quick red balloons. And you guys can see this awesome boomerang in action. He's going to keep throwing down here, and it's going to keep hooking around there, and it's going to keep popping those balloons. Look at that sweet action right there. It does a quick hook, and it's going to go all the way around there, and in fact, will go all the way around there as well. But not only that, but when balloons actually pass him up, so we have a lot of blue balloons coming out now, they're going to pass him up, and he's going to start attacking them over here. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to hook around, and he's going to hook around, and they're going to go through here now as well. So just a fantastic spot for a boomerang right here. There is probably no better spot for a boomerang on this map. Now there are other spots for boomerangs that you could possibly use. For example, use him right over here in this area. He'll get one attack and he'll attack just out of this range, and you'll have another attack over here. It's not very good, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. In fact, this spot, he actually has not only 2 spots, but 3 spots. He can attack over here, and then he also attacks that little tiny itty-bitty area right there, and he can hook around right in their area. So it just played a perfect spot. You cannot possibly beat this boomerang spot. Pretty much 4 attacks, all right in a perfect amount of curvature for his boomerang. So we're going to actually stay away from boomerangs right now, just so you guys understand that. Now you want to move on to probably something like a well, we're going to skip those. I'm going more for placement right now, not targeting. I can go over in a little bit more detail about targeting in a future video, which I think is very important. But the last key one is probably the Spike Factory. I mean, these guys can be used pretty much anywhere, and it's actually more about targeting for the rest of these towers. But Spike Factories, placement. As far as placement goes for a Spike Factory, unless you're very, very pro, I would always put a Spike Factory in the very back here. Unless you understand that you're doing something completely different, like going for a Moab Shredder or something, I would go for a Spike Factory in the back here. And the reason for that is that if you put a Spike Factory right in the front here, send out a couple quick yellow balloons. So you're noticing that these spikes are not popping these yellow balloons, right? Just barely. But guess what? This Spike Factory is going to clean up all these yellow balloons because he has more time to pop all those yellow... Well, not all of them, but he had a lot more popping power, or had a lot more popping power. And then as soon as the round is over, of course, those road spikes get deleted. So obviously, put them in the back. It just makes sense. It's logical that you're going to get the most popping power out of your stuff there. So this is a quick little positioning tutorial on how to make your towers just a little bit more helpful. Hopefully it helped you out. If it did, please press like. Like I said, this is more of a noob cake-ish tutorial instead of a pro tutorial. So just keep in mind that what you want to do with most of your towers is keep them in not only just a spot where most of the map that the balloons come on is covered in gray, but you want to also keep it so they can attack more than one spot. 2 or even 3 would be very, very nice. So if you have a super monkey or something, keeping them in a place where they can attack 3 different areas, 1 over here, and then when they come all the way around, number 2, and then when they come all the way around over here, and number 3. That's going to be your most beneficial place. Of course, when you have a dart monkey and he has very little range, that is not going to work out quite as well. You know, you can't really get 3 spots out of this, maybe just barely, but it's not even that great. I would wait on that. So that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said, please press that like button. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.